Welcome back to Google Sites Tutorials. In this video, we are going to explore the additional options or tools on the Insert menu on the right-hand side inside Google Sites. So we have covered the options up here for adding simple text box, images, embedded files, and content from your Google Drive. There are some additional tools down below which we're going to explore now. This first selection here is contact blocks. Contact blocks actually allow you to create one field and add image and text all in one operation. So if I select my first option here and the image there shows a picture and some text, this one shows two images with text below, and this one is three images with text below, and two images with text side by side, and the last one, four images. So we can select either one of those and then we can customize those accordingly. So the first example I'm going to select is the first one here, which is one image and one text. So when I select that, or I could drag that down, and what it's going to do is create a field here on my website, and it's going to give me the option to edit text and as well as add an image. So if I select the plus sign, I am going to have the similar image options that we had before. So I can upload an image, select an image, or select something from a drive, or I could add a YouTube video. So if I select upload, that is going to take me to my local drive system. If I select an image, then we are going to be back at the familiar menu where we can search by our drive, Google image search, or your Google Photos, etc. And if we select plus from drive, that is just going to go just right to your local drive if you have images stored in there. I'm going to select the upload image and just select a simple image to place in there. And example, I'm going to put that floor plan in there, and then I'm going to add some text on here. So copy and paste some text in there, and this looks like title text. And I'm going to put some sample text in there, my floor plan, and just like the other fields, we can go change the color content of that, and I may want to go with a different color to give it some contrast, or I may want to stick with the same style before, or I could actually insert an image into that background as well too. We can adjust this as well too, so we can scale these images, we can scale our text box if we wanted to put something else in there. So if, for example, I can scale this text box down, something like that, and if I wanted to go add another image beside that, or I could put another text box beside that, I could select my image and then select upload, and then I could add another image beside that. It's going to create it in a new field down there, but I can drag that up and scale it accordingly. So that is using the first one. In the content blocks, we have other options in here, so I could select that third one. It's going to add those images on three images, and I could go through and add individual images for each one of those. Maybe put the design process in there, and likewise I can scale these just as well. So I can scale these text box or these image box down to fit to however you like, and I could also scale this image up, and then I could add a text box in there as well too. So I could select text, and then I could drag that text box up into that field and add some text there. I'm just going to Control Z or use the undo up here and go back and remove the items that I just added to that website. So there we are back. And once again, if we want to take a look and see what our website is going to look like, we can hit that preview button and see what our website is going to look like. And to get out of that, hit the X, cancel, and I am back into the editing mode. And moving on to explore some of the additional tools. The first one on the top, we won't go through all of these. Some of them are more handier than others, but we'll start off with the Collapsible Group here. And when we select that, it's going to add a new field in there, and we can add some title text in to that field, and then we're going to add some additional lines in there. So what it's going to do is create a collapsible field. So I'm just going to go in, give it a title, and then I'm going to add some text in here. So I have, what did I do? Learn in tech design, etc. And when I click outside of that, you will see my collapsible text. And if we were to preview that, select our preview mode. And when I do select that button, you will see that text actually expands down below, and we can close that off. And what you can do with that, you could actually add hyperlinks to that text. So if I expand this text and I select that text, now I can see, let me typo in there, fix that. When I select that text, if I highlight this text, I could actually create a hyperlink in there. So that could take you to different pages of your website. That could take you to another website. I'll type in youtube.com there. And select apply. And now that has a link. So back to our preview page. So if I select on my preview and I expand that collapsible text, you will see this is now a hyperlink that will take me to the YouTube website. So back into our editing mode. And the next thing we are going to work with is the image carousel. Now the image carousel is a super nice tool for sliding through different images automatically. So I'm going to select that image carousel button, and it's going to ask me to insert images. So I'm going to upload some images from my drive. I'll select some of the similar images that we've already been using, and I can keep adding these images on there. I have to have a minimum of 2 images. Use the same similar images, and I can go back and I can use the other method, select image, which I can search for, but I'm just going to add a few images on here and select insert, and that is going to add a image field, so you do only see one image in there. We're going to click on the settings, and we can probably move these around to any order we like. You may want your images going in a specific order, so it's going to do that, and you can add some alternate text or caption to that. And we have our settings here to show the dots, and those 3 dots are down there, which would actually show up as the images are moving. And if we added captions, we would have show captions on and auto start. That means it would start sliding through the images as you opened up the website. And the transition speed, we can change the speed of the transition from each image. So I'm just going to select fast on there, and I'm going to select update. And once again, we can move this around, organize it. We can add additional text fields to this. And then if we go up to our preview, and when we scroll down to there, you will see that automatically slides through those different images. It is on fast, so it is going rather fast. I didn't change the background to suit the theme, so I'm going to go in and make some adjustments on there to each of these fields, and to keep my website in line with the theme. And hitting my preview, that's looking pretty nice. I could use some imagination, organization of any of these tools to make the flow of your website more neater. So I'm going to go back and hit the X, and if I go back to my themes, and I can now change my theme, I'm going to go down to one of these. I'll just select this last one down here, and you can see it actually changes the theme for everything. So the background images change back here, the font, etc., etc. I should mention that any of these text fields that we've created, we can add a hyperlink to any other website to any of the text that we have added on there. So in the insert, back to the insert menu, there are some other options on here that you might want to experience with: Google Docs, Google Slides, Google Sheets, Forms, Charts, etc. But right now we've covered enough material to add, we've covered enough tools that you can create a nice looking web page, a little bit of research, and a little bit of creativity, organization, and you will be able to produce a nice, smooth looking website.